Mikhail, hello.
Hi, Anna.
Hello, how are you today?
Fine. And you?
I'm fine too, I'm great. Today's lesson is about, the topic of today's lesson is generation gap. Yes, we are going to talk about generation gap, about different problems which can occur between old generation and young one. Yes. So do you know what does it mean, generation gap? So to
Generation.
give the
It's maybe it's a difference with old,
Mhm.
young people.
Old and young, yes, old generation and
With understanding both sides. Yes.
yes, that's right, that's right. Evgeny, hello to you.
Hi.
Maybe you
Hi.
can okay, maybe you can develop Mikhail's idea. So what is it? Maybe you can add some more information.
About
Uh,
the generation gap.
Generation gap, yes.
Uh,
So what is? Mm-hmm.
what is it? It's a difference in point of views of different generations on the same things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. So like confrontation of opinions. Yes,
Yeah.
and also we can um, relate here differences in behavior, preferences, yes, differences in hobbies due to the different age. Yes, okay. Can you tell me how does a generation gap affect interaction between two people? How does it affect? Affect, it means influence. Yes, influence the interaction. What does it mean, interaction? Do you know this word in Russian?
Взаимодействие.
Yes, that's right. So how, to your mind, yes, how does generation gap affect the interaction of two people? So two people of different ages. Yeah.
Mhm.
How do you think?
How what? How it's
Yeah. How the difference in the age, yes, the difference, this generation gap affect the interaction, yes, affect their, I don't know, friendship or communication with each other. How does it influence? What influence does it have? So what problems does it occur? Yes, so like affect what problems?
No, I think that
Mm-hmm.
it's only negative things that can
Mm-hmm.
happen when there is a generation gap.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
Negative.
we wouldn't call it a gap.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you may say it. But negative. Okay, so what is the main like what at what point? Yes, at what point in life or in what kind of relations? It maybe will be more appropriate to ask in what kind of relations the generation gap seem to be the largest. Like in what kind of relations? I mean, friendly relations or relations between parents and their children, or I don't know, just the difference in the age of people who I don't know, just know each other or are in friendly relationships or in love relationships. So how do you think where in which relation does the generation gap seem to be the largest? Yes, the largest and the most difficult. How
mhm.
do you think?
Uh, it's hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. I don't know. The gap in couple. This is definitely the worst one. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Okay, in the love relationships, yes, when someone
yeah.
is in a relationship and they are two people, yes, they are of different ages and there is a big difference in the age, yes. So you think it is the most difficult, yes, and the largest gap. So do you know such couples? So do you know such couples,
Couple.
Evgeny?
It's
Mhm.
couples. It's what is it?
Couple, para, да, couple. So a man and a woman. So they are together. They have love, like love affair or love relation. Yes. Couple.
The difference, I cannot tell you the difference. Is it
What's wrong?
no, it depends. It depends on the couple, because sometimes it's even better when they have like 10 years difference. Why not? But sometimes it's actually not good.
Okay, so maybe this question will be to Mikhail if we touched this matter. So Mikhail, can you tell me? So, do you think is it okay to date or marry someone of a different generation to yourself, like of a different age? Yes, so when it is a big difference. And what is, by the way, how many years? Yes, it will be also one of the most important questions. So how many years difference causes a generation gap? So how many years should be? So to call it a generation gap, how many years? Can you tell me?
It's a hard question for me. I think maybe 10 years.
10 years, 10 years. Okay. So do you think if someone starts dating to someone, you know, either woman or man who is 10 years older than she or he, so can it cause some problems if they have such difference?
I don't see big problems. It's difference with the age, maybe. I don't know.
So do you think such couples?
If you are 20 years, it will be bad, and if you are 60 years, it's normal, I think.
Well, no, for whom? For man or for woman?
If we take а как старший возраст?
The elder, who is elder, you may say, like who is elder, yes, elder. Older, you may also call it. Older by the age, yes, it's the age. Who is older, just who is older. Okay, so but there are a lot of couples right now, yes, especially when a man is more like older, yes, older than a woman. So there are a lot of couples right now and a lot of marriages like this. So do you think is it normal?
A lot of what? A lot of
marriages when a man is older than a woman. So it is okay to your mind? Is it okay or not? Does it cause some problems in your marriage for both of people, for both of sides? Yes, for both of
I don't know.
people.
I think
maybe later when the man dies, there will be problems.
When? Later when? Can you repeat, please?
No, I'm joking. But when there will be problems when they will have children, and the man will be like 50 years older than his child, and there will be a generation gap.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I think that you are right. It's like the main problem. Okay, so let us move further with our generation gap, so we can see it. Yes, we can notice it in different kind of relations, especially in relations between parents and children. Yes, so this kind of generation gap also occurs rather often between parents and children. So what about you? Do you feel a generation gap with your parents or grandparents? Now, I don't know, maybe for this moment at your present age. Do you feel generation gap with your parents? Can you tell me? Oh, Luba has joined us.
Question for Luba.
What?
This question will be for Luba.
For Luba, okay. I hope that she will be talkative, maybe more than you. Okay, Luba, hello to you. How are you today?
Hello, Anna. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine too. I'm great. I'm glad to see you at my lesson again. So, Luba, we are talking today about generation gap. So, can you tell me, what about you? So, what to your mind, what problems what problems generation gap cause? Yes, like what problems does the generation gap cause? Maybe.
You mean the gap between um,
Yes.
children and their
Yes.
parents?
Yes. Yes. Now
It's understanding.
we're talking about them, but you can. Misunderstanding. So, okay, so what can you maybe give some examples in what things misunderstanding?
I think the main difference is in the appreciation. So I think people from different generations appreciate some things.
Like values, you mean? Yes, they have different values of
Values, yes, yes,
uh-huh.
yes.
Values. Okay, yes. Oh, so what about you? If we're talking about your relations with your parents, do you feel such gap, like generation gap?
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There were some problems
Mm-hmm.
with
There were problems
misunderstanding.
when you were a teenager or when you were a
Yeah,
child?
yeah,
Yes,
and maybe till
and
now.
till now. Okay, so
With exactly. Sorry.
okay, no, go on, go on. I will continue.
Now I have a problem, for example, with growing with. I see the difference in growing up the children, for example.
The children. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So
Um,
you have your own children, and it like
yes. Yes. Yes.
process of bringing them up is different from that one which you were brought up like by, yes. So your
Yes.
parents brought up you differently, yes, in different way. Okay, so what do you usually argue about with your parents? So except for bringing up your children, so what else?
Mm,
What other problems do you have?
I cannot say so right now. Many small things, not so important things, I would
Not
say.
so important. Okay. But how can how do you think that is it possible to overcome generation gap? Like overcome, yes, to um, hmm, like to explain it, to solve these problems, try to avoid all the arguments. Yes, try
I think
to come
yes.
to the agreement. Mm-hmm.
I
So
think
it is
yes.
possible.
And I think it's very important
Mm-hmm.
to can так,
To what? Can you
уступать,
repeat, please?
уступать. I don't know how is it in English. Each
Уступать.
other. To go forward to each other,
Мгм.
try to understand each other. So
Yes. To get on well with each other, yes, like, ну, тут уже будет ладить, да. Уступать, it will be, I can't remember the definition of this word in English. Yes, but you may use like the get on well with each other. Yes, to come to the agreement, it will be also appropriate. Okay, so Mikhail, what about you? Do you feel such generation gap?
Not much.
Not much. What about when you were a teenager? Let us talk about the past time when you were a teenager. I think that most of all children have such problems and feel this generation gap, like the largest one, when they are growing up, just like when they are becoming adults, but they are still teenagers, yes, and they think that they know a lot of things. but their parents try to prevent them from everything in this life, from any danger that can occur, and there comes some misunderstanding and some arguments between teenagers and parents. So what do you think about it? Did you have such problems with your parents when you were a teenager?
I don't
Mikhail?
have
Mhm.
I didn't have such problems, and maybe I see such problems on another people.
So can you give me some examples? So like the example of such problems.
I don't know. Maybe it's hard uh, to say.
Mhm.
Как описать to
To
impress.
describe, yes, to describe.
Uh, I think the most problem is studying. Maybe a problem with the study.
Study, study like when the when they study at school and they don't want to do it, yes, properly, and their parents like push
Maybe
them,
some
make them do it.
some subject you don't like. Some
Yes. Okay, okay. Okay, I see your point. Luba, what about you? What are the main, like to your mind, what are the main problems between teenagers and their parents? So what are the main, like the reasons of these problems, of these conflicts?
There are, I think, in my opinion, there are a lot of things to argue, but the reason is maybe that teenagers want to be elder,
Elder,
uh,
yes.
and
Elder their
they,
own age, yes, their
yeah,
present
yeah,
age. Okay, yes. Did you
and
try? Okay, I almost interrupting you. I'm sorry. Go on,
I'm
go
so
on.
sorry
No, no,
to,
it was my fault. I interrupted you. So go on, go on.
and they stay for their parents ever as a kid, as a small baby, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the reason of such quarrels, for example,
Mm-hmm.
between children and parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, yes, but yes, you pointed to the biggest reason, like the largest one. Yes, so when teenagers they seem to be like seem for themselves seem to be elder, yes, than they are, and that's why they have some arguments with their parents because they want to be elder, they want to grow up, and their parents still consider them to be little kids who don't know anything in this world. Okay, so what about you? When was the time you you considered and you understood that you became an adult, like in your mind? So you understood that you.
Mm, I don't know when, because sometimes I I feel that I'm a kid still now. But to be honest, I'm a very serious person, and I became to be one as such when
Mhm.
I enter the university. Maybe
Yes. Mm-hmm.
maybe from this time.
This time. So I think that is like the this that is the period almost for everybody. Yes, for every like teenager who um, thinks who begins to think that he is already an adult. Yes, when he enters the university. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you entered the university, your relations with your parents, did they change somehow? Did they um, begin to treat you like an adult or not?
I think a little bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
from my side, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
because I have because I studied in another one city, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw my parents rare,
Rare, yeah, seldom rare.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
seldom, more seldom, and I became understand that they are very important in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I missed them
Mm-hmm. Yes.
very much.
And maybe you began thinking that the I don't know, like your conflicts wasn't so bad. Yes, maybe there was they contained sense. Like yes, so they weren't so so unreasonable. Yes, so maybe they wanted to show you something, to teach you. Yes, so like, do you think that people, um, like parents, yes, so the like the people from the older generation, yes, like parents we're talking about, they always more wise and correct, like in their ways of thinking and choices. Do you,
No, I wouldn't say so.
they just think.
Sometimes, yes, I think they are
Mm-hmm.
thinking a little bit old, like in. mm so the time
Да,
changes, and
Mm-hmm.
да.
our opinion changes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it's connected very much with some, I would say, even with some political
Mm-hmm.
changes. For
Mm-hmm. Yes.
example, it was hard in 90s,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
now is another one time, and
Yes,
people
it is.
are different.
Absolutely different time. Yes, that's
Mhm.
right. So, do you think that, like your parents, for them, the life that, like in that times, it was harder than your life right now, like the life of this generation?
Mm, I think yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So also, like due to the technology, yes. So, what role? So here comes the question. So, what role does technology change play in creating generation gap? Yes, like between old generation and young one. So, what role does technology change and like maybe play technology change play? Yes, technology change. Yes, due to the um, development of technology, yes, and occurring of different kinds of new technological devices. So what role does it play to both generations, which
I think
causes...
Mikhail knows about it better
Oh, it's
than
okay.
me because his job is connected with
Yeah.
technology.
All right, yes. So, Mikhail, can you enlighten us about it?
Uh,
Hmm.
about new technology, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think with this technology, the people stay more introverted and
What? Can you repeat, please?
something like I don't know in English this word introvert. I think it's international word, no? Introvert.
Какой? Can you repeat? Can you maybe say it in Russian?
Ну, интроверт, который закрыт как бы в себе. Есть экстраверт.
Mm,
I think it will be the same. I can't. I will check for this word because I can't remember it. But I think that they are not so different because it is the
And if
introvert. Yes, introvert type. You may say. Mm-hmm. Introvert type. Aha, so due to the technology, nowadays generation is related to the introvert type. Yes, so the people right now are more introverts. Yes,
It,
they're not so active as people from the old generation, from the previous one. How do you think?
um, I think if they are use something like social network too,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, maybe they use it for
Mm-hmm.
not so much like young people, but I don't see old
Mm-hmm.
who don't use
Okay. So do you think does it have a bad influence? Like, does it have bad influence on young generation?
young.
So
uh,
technology, yes, the development of technology.
I think it's good.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. Don't you think that nowadays people, especially young people, yes, so they are very lazy to do some things like doing some exercises or even working. Yes, so then the people who from the previous generation, from the generation of our parents, don't you think so? That they became less active. They don't want to do anything. They are waiting from people, especially from their parents, do it by themselves. Yes,
Mm,
so they
It's
don't want to
it's
do
about
anything.
one part of this question, and
Mhm.
the second part is the people can а как правильно общаться, как это будет по-русски?
Communicate,
Communicate
communicate. Yes,
with
communicate.
uh, maybe with the people in another country and something like
Mhm.
that. It's good.
Uh-huh. So, okay, so you just see pluses. Yes, pluses in technology. So in technology for our young generation. Okay, so let us look at Luba's point of view. How do you think? Are there more pluses or minuses for our teenagers right now? Yes, who are growing up. So, does the new technology, the development of technology, does it have bad influence or a good one? How do you think?
Mm, partly bad, partly good, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
because it depends on kids, on teenagers itself. So
Mm-hmm.
how do they use these new technologies? If they use them for education, then it's
Mm-hmm.
good. It's very good. Um, but if they use them for just for pleasure, for example, these computer games,
Computer
they
games, yes.
they cause. I think they cause um, the poor imagination of
Uh-huh,
children
yes. So the
because they, for example, I have once observed um, how do they play in the yard,
uh-huh. So you
children,
uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
they don't know what to play, what
How
games.
to
They have
play,
no,
yes, how to
yes, yes,
play,
they
yes.
no.
So they don't want to go outside. Yes, they just
Mhm.
want to stay at home and stuck in the computer game and play and play and play. Just
Yes, no
till the
activities,
night.
no imagination.
Yeah, it
Very
is.
boring, I think, for them to be in the fresh air. It's very boring for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so that is the main minus. Yes, the main minus that children they are now more like lazier than we were. Yes, in our teenage. Yes. Okay, so what about the behavior? If we started talking about it, yes, if we compare like ourselves, yes, with children these days. Yes, so if we talk about it, do you notice the change of behavior also? Like, for example, if we compare your way of behavior when you were a child, yes, when you were maybe not teenager, just a child, and the way of behavior kids at the present time. Yes, so the kids which you can observe playing outside, or just know them. So can you give me like the difference? What is the difference? Is there a difference in behavior, in their like manners? So how do they treat each other? How do they treat their parents? So is there a difference?
Is it for me?
Yes.
It seems me that children about 6, 10 years old, it seems that they are unpolite.
Unpolite.
More unpolite. But you know, they were grown up with parents who are maybe of the same age as we, yes, as me.
Yes.
And it means that, I don't know, maybe they were grown up in such way. Why do they another word for grown up? Воспитать. Может еще быть какое-то другое слово, чтобы не повторяться?
What kind of
воспитывать.
To bring up, yes, bring up. Это будет воспитывать. So you think that parents should be blamed for behavior of their children's behavior? Yes, so the parents should be blamed for because the actually yes. So I see another student. So what's wrong with it? So someone is trying to attend the class and just vanished. Okay, Vitaly?
4 or 5.
I think the 10th time trying to. Okay, this is no less, but okay, I hope that he will maybe.
Да, сегодня что-то не так, интересно. Люди пытаются присоединиться к уроку и не получается у них. Но я думаю, что это временно.
There is a problem with the,
Да, это какие-то технические проблемы.
It is a problem with the new technology.
It doesn't work properly, yes, all the time. So sometimes can be some difficulties. Some problems, Mary. Okay. So let us move on. Move further. Okay. So what else I wanted to ask you about? Yes, so just do you think that like is it possible? Yes, if we're talking about parents and children, so is it possible for parents and children to be friends? So is it possible? Maybe Mikhail can tell us, or Evgeny.
What is the question?
Is it possible for parents and children to be friends?
Be friends? I think it's it is will be all time.
What?
Правильно я сказал?
It will be. Что вы хотели сказать?
Ну, что это должно быть все время, что как.
It should be not take place. It should be all the time. No, we have another variant in English, so this phrase, but I can't remember it. It should be this way all the time, you may say. It should be this way. Yes, this way, как бы именно так. It should be always this way. Should be always this way. Да, вот именно так. So you may just say they should be friends all the time. Yes, it should take place, maybe you may also use. Да, это должно иметь место быть, да, вот что-то такое, not to take place. So, I forgot this expression, I'm sorry. So it is kind of sad expression, да, имеет место быть, должно быть. It should be this way. I think it is also it can be used here. Okay, so were you or are you in friendly relations with your parents? Can you tell me? Are you in friendly relations?
I have a friendly relations with my parents.
So do you tell them everything about yourself?
Well, could you repeat?
Do you tell them everything? Or
Yes.
you have some secrets, or you try not to tell something because you think that they won't understand you, or you tell everything?
I don't have any secret. I think it's not for family. Secrets, secrets, it's not for family.
Not for family. So you don't have any secrets from your parents?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. And when you were a child, did you have some secrets?
No.
Maybe that is a problem also.
What is the secret? I don't know. What is it? Could you explain?
Could you like the secret and know, for example, when you start dating with someone, yes, and you don't want to tell your, like in the girl's case, yes, when it is a girl teenager, so when she starts dating with the boys, she doesn't want to tell about him to her father because she is afraid of his reaction. So something like that.
I think it's not a secret. It's maybe not very important question.
It is not very important information, parents. I think that is.
Mom, hello, this is my wife.
Yeah.
Important.
I forgot to mention about her, but I thought that it wasn't so important. Yes, it didn't matter. Okay, I think so. That is the main reason of of the arguments and of the problems. Yes, so that is the main reason of the problems between parents and children, because children try to hide something from their parents. Yes, they have some secrets, and parents they can like be insulted by this way of behavior. Okay, so Luba, what about you? Do you agree with Mikhail? Or what about you? So do you have the same friendly relations with your parents?
Yes, with my mom.
Your mom, okay.
We were really good friends, and maybe I hide it. Hide, прятать, скрывать что-то.
Hid.
I hid something from her, in case when I didn't want to make her worry.
Yes. So she didn't want her to worry. Yes, make it negative, да, как заставить, да, заставить, а просто I didn't want to get her worried, maybe you may say, yes, to get her worried about you. So was it when you were a teenager, or like your present age?
Till now, I would say yes.
Till now.
Till now.
What are the main things which you hid from her? What can you give some examples?
Maybe when I was ill and I was in the hospital, I didn't say anything to mom. It was not so serious, but I think I tried to save her nerves.
To save. to keep her like calm, to no,
Yeah,
not
yeah. Mhm.
keep да, вот как
Exactly.
сохранить ей нервы, not
Mhm.
to like yes, you may say not to get her
To
worried
keep the
about.
nerves.
What?
To
Keep
keep
her
her
in.
nerves.
To keep
Okay,
her.
Her
thank you.
nerves. Is it possible to say? Because I
Yeah, why not?
uh-huh. Because I thought it will be okay. Okay, yes, it is great if we can say it in English because I can't remember everything. I'm sorry. Okay, so what about so I think that Luba, you said that you have your own kids, yes?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So what is the main difference between your way of bringing them up and your parents' way of bringing you
Mm.
up? Can you tell me?
My daughter is only almost 2 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and the main difference was in feeding, in uh,
Mm-hmm.
in caring about
Mm-hmm. Taking
babies.
care of her,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Taking care of her. Okay, yeah. So, do you think that you will be when she maybe get a bit older? Yes. Do you think that you will be a better parent than your parents were to you? Do you think so?
I think I will be the same parent
Same parent.
as my mom. Yeah.
Okay, maybe do you think you will allow more things to do than your parents allow to you?
I
You
think
won't
I will
punish.
try. I
Uh-huh.
will try, but I don't know. Maybe even I'm more. Um, how is it? I'm more worried about my
Mm-hmm.
kid
Mm-hmm.
than even than my mom.
Ah, so you worry more than your mom did,
I
yes?
think yes.
Nice. Uh-huh.
Maybe
Okay.
because it's my first
Uh-huh.
child.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first baby. Only because
Yes.
of this. I don't know.
Yes, maybe you think this way right now, but maybe a bit like later, yes, when she
Mhm.
will grow up, you will change your mind. Okay, yes, I see it. What about you, Evgeny? So can you tell me, do you have kids or not?
No, I don't have.
So, what do you think when you become a parent? So, do you think you will be a better parent than your parents were to you? Can you tell me?
No.
No?
I won't. Yeah, I won't be better than they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what problems did you have with your parents? So, like conflicts
I didn't have problems. They had.
they had with you. Okay, so what were the problems exactly? Can you give us maybe tell us a story from your childhood? What were the problems?
Mm, Maybe the major problem was my behavior.
Your
Yeah,
behavior.
my
Mm-hmm.
behavior. I didn't like to study. I didn't like to do
Mm-hmm.
anything. I didn't like to help. I didn't like to do a lot of things, and they made me do it. And
Mm-hmm.
it gave some results. I think so.
Mm-hmm. So good results. So what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Otherwise, I wouldn't tell you.
mm-hmm. What about you? So, can you tell, can you tell everything to your parents right now? So, or you have some secrets from them, or you tell everything to them?
No, I don't want to scare them.
You don't tell everything, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You try to hide something. Okay. Okay. And when they find out, do you have some maybe conflicts because of it?
No. 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 No.
No? Anything?
Mm,
Okay. Okay, I see it. So, also the question is for Luba. So I asked this question, said this question to Mikhail, yes, and Evgeny. Luba, what about you? So if we talk not about the parents and children, but about the love relationship, yes. So do you think that it is okay to date or marry someone of different generation to yourself? So when there is a big difference in age, yes, so it also causes a generation gap.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you
So
think?
there
What?
is such a proverb, I don't know, that in Russian is "любви все возрасты покорны."
Aha, yes,
The
yes.
equivalent for in English. As for me, I think the difference mustn't be so big.
The difference. What is the difference can be acceptable to your mind?
Oh, 5, maybe.
5.
It's a maximum 5, 7 years.
Oh, not this.
Or 10.
Okay, okay, I see it. So, do you like when the man is older? Yes, when the man is older.
I think both variants are possible, but
Mm-hmm.
it's rarely to meet such pairs where a man is elder than a woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, don't you think that like many women they want to get marry a man who is older than they are? Yes. So, because he is like he's considered to be mature. Yes, mature enough to provide them with a good life. Maybe to like he is considered to be a wise person, and he also can teach them something. Yes, in this life.
Um, I would say that maybe a
Hmm?
lot of young women, so
Mm-hmm.
girls,
Mm-hmm.
like to
Mm-hmm.
have a man elder
Yes, uh-huh.
than they. But elderly women, I think they
Mm-hmm.
want to have a younger boy, one,
Aha, yes.
vice
So,
versa, so to
okay.
say.
Did you meet such strange couples when the
Yes,
elder
I have.
women? Yes, you met?
Yeah, elder. Um, uh, okay, yes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
clear, yes.
Yeah, so what is the main reason of such marriages? How do you think when the
Mm,
elderly woman is married to a young man,
maybe
vice
she can
versa?
allow her to have such a boy, and
Allow she has enough money or what?
I think yes, because I don't believe in a real love between them when
Hmm.
the difference between them maybe 20 years, I don't know,
Hmm.
or even 10 years. It's a big
It's
difference
a big difference, yes. So you think this?
for such couple.
Hmm. So these marriages are just because of money, yes. So people
Mhm.
married because of money. So young
Because
women
of something, I don't know, because
marry.
of, but of something.
Okay, okay. So, and what problems can occur, maybe in some years, 5 years of such marriage, because of such difference, age difference? So, what problems can people have between each other when they have this difference in age? How do you think? What problems
Mm,
can be? Hmm?
I think it's obviously yes that a young boy would like to have a younger girl, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe he will have um, любовница.
A love.
So,
You will have a love affair with someone, a lover.
mhm, mhm.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yes. So, Yes, when the time, yes, with some time, it's they can be like get bored with each other.
Mhm.
Yes, like some things which seem to be normal. Yes, maybe some late, like in some time. Yes, in some time they can seem not so good. Yes, not so great, and such marriages usually fall apart. Okay, okay, I see it. So, and what about the maybe the also about yourself. So, if you could give one important message to the next generation, what would it be? How do you think? Like the advice. Mikhail, maybe you can answer this question.
Maybe you repeat.
So if you could give one important message to the next generation, what would it be? Next, yes, because don't you think that each generation, like with each generation, there are more and more problems with the people behavior, with their attitude to life? Yes, so each generation, because I have already said, becomes more and more like lazy and lazier. Yes, lazy and lazier due to the technology or some other things which um, change, yes, usually. So, and each generation maybe is getting worse and worse with each generation. Don't you think so?
Maybe I don't have answer for this question. It's a,
Mm.
I tried to think about it.
Okay, so Luba, maybe you can you can help Mikhail. So, do you think that each generation is getting worse and worse? Like that the
Mm,
previous one was better than this one, and like
No, no, I don't
no,
think so. No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
Hmm.
It seems us
Hmm.
that it is so, but I think we are only different. We are
Hmm.
all only different. And what about statement or what message that I would
Yes,
leave?
message was.
I think it's the next to appreciate the um, past.
Past. Yes. Do you like to know the history or what?
To know the history and to respect it.
Respect it. And to respect parents also. Yes, respect the
Mhm.
advices which they try to, which they try to give you. Yes, the advice, the pieces of advice. Okay, I see it. I see it. So, Mikhail, maybe you has already come up with the idea, with the advice which you can give to the next generation, Mikhail.
Um, I don't hear. I try to answer in the chat for some questions.
You tried to answer. Why? What did you try to answer to some students who are trying to attend
No,
our class or what?
I think about the students and
Okay, okay. Okay, so Evgeny, maybe you can tell me your advice, yeah, like to the next generation. So what message can you give? Can you? No? No?
He's
Okay.
not with us.
Luba, you are the only one who wants to talk about it and to send the message. Unfortunately, we have not so many students today due to some problems, technological ones,
Then
or
better for
some
me.
other
I
problems.
have more practice
What?
in English.
Uh-huh.
Luba to try to access without problems.
Can you repeat, please? I don't
Try to.
catch it.
А как правильно? You попала на урок, как бы вот так вот хотел я сказать.
Попала, ну, you may say attended, ну, это посетила вообще, да, попала. Ну, you may say got the lesson, попадать именно на урок, но это в разговорном. Attended the lesson.
The lessons without problems.
Yes, so Luba is the lucky one.
Yeah.
She was like chosen for this lesson. She was chosen because she wants to talk about it more than you guys. Okay, so what about the, maybe also here's the question about the nowadays system of education, yes, and about the teachers. So should teachers be aware of a generation gap between them and their students? Because it also happens. Yes, it also happens a lot of times. So when teachers argue with their students and vice versa because of this generation gap and because of the confrontation of opinions, yes, even when they talk about some subjects, yes, so
Mhm.
lectures, at some lectures.
If I have understood right, so there is now a different, yes, of course. And I think the main difference is the main reason is in that children children now cannot respect teacher as it was earlier.
Okay, yes. So also because of their behavior, yes,
but maybe not because of their behavior. Maybe sometimes a teacher is так, виновен в этом.
It is his fault. It is the teacher's fault, or he is to be blamed for. He is to be blamed for this. Yes, it is his fault. It will be easier to say. Yes, it is his fault. So fault.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was so earlier than when a teacher could hit students, pupils, and now it is forbidden, of course.
It's forbidden. So, you think that it was the right way of punishment? So to strike.
It's hard to say. Yes, you're right or not. Maybe at that time he was right, but now it's of course it's not allowed.
The way to punish and the way to show children how should they behave themselves. Yes, but this kind of law, I think it was in England, even in the 20th century, I guess it was how to like it was there, and then it was I forgot, I'm sorry. Yes, it was cancelled, yes, it was cancelled, even not the cancelled, да, если мы говорим вот о законе, so it was repealed, yes, repealed, so this law was repealed of beating children, yes, school children in their schools and colleges, but that was such kind of law in England. Okay, maybe yes. So yes, so it is also can be some differences due to the difference of cultures, yes, in different countries. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your point of view. So, and what about you? So, do you try to punish your or not? So you have a little girl. So maybe when she grow up, so you won't punish her in such a strict way, yes?
Uh, what do you mean?
So
To
you
hit or
agree with parents who punish their children in such way by beating them,
oh no 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 no.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
no, it's not the way to bring.
I'm against it. Mm,
Yes. Hmm.
I think it's very important to explain everything a baby from now. I
Hmm.
explain her everything from the birth, I would say,
Uh-huh.
and
Yes. Mhm. I
I
see.
don't know what will be in the future,
Teacher.
but I will try to be yes a good
To
mother.
yes, try to explain it, yes, in words, but not with the some
Mhm.
physical physical strength. Yes. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see it. Okay, thank you, Luba. Thank you, guys. Thank you for this lesson.
Thank
I
you, Anna.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Mikhail. Thank you, Evgeny.
I hope that you will fix this problem so students could attend the lessons and
It was
see.
really very interesting topic.
Yeah, yeah.
To
I
discuss.
hope so. I hope so. Yes. So we have discussed rather important questions. Yeah. So because it's rather essential right now and actual, I guess. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I invite you, Luba. I invite you for my next lesson. It will be so I always forgot what day is it now. It will be this Friday. So at the same time, and we are going to talk about prepositions. So I will explain some rules where we should use these or those prepositions. Yes, prepositions of time and place. Okay,
Mhm.
so
It's also necessary topic, but I don't know if I could, if I will. But I will try. I will try to.
okay, okay. So I hope that you will attend. Okay, okay. So goodbye, goodbye to you. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
goodbye. Have a nice evening. Goodbye,
You
goodbye
too.
to you
Bye.
all. Goodbye.